Alright, welcome back, boys and girls. It's another episode of Baet Experience.
Yes, sir. Whatever floats the boat.
Correct.
Wow, ang deep. Pero yung first mo kasi sabi nila, first time. Diba?
Yeah.
Yung first time mo, hindi mo makakalimutan yun.
Doon tayo
Diba?
na-divergenize sa
Oo,
podcast. pre.
Welcome back, boys and girls, for the 28th episode of the Baet Experience podcast. And happy Women's Month. So we have a very special month this month, and we have a very special guest. But before all that, this episode is brought to you by our friends and sponsors. Mommy with A, drink up, ready made to drink cocktails. #cheers, #bottoms up, leiapure, our official skincare provider, and Health&Beyond PH. Anyway, in this episode, we'll be celebrating the Women's Month. And in the Philippines, alam niyo ba guys, it's been a way for us to highlight women's achievement and discussing continuing women's empowerment, as well as equality issues and concerns, challenges, and commitments. And it's very important for the society to have equal rights. I don't even have to explain that actually. That is why we have a very special guest. She's a real superwoman. Grabe pare. Ang kwento niya was she's from 4 shoots nitong araw na to before itong recording na to. So, introduce ko lang a former beauty queen. So, she was crowned as 2016 Miss Global Philippines. Napakaganda. A writer and currently the news anchor for Eagle News International. And wait, there's more.
There's more.
She's also hosting the Noontime Variety Show, Happy Time on Net25. Please welcome our guest, Miss CJ Hirro. Good evening, good evening.
Hi! Good evening. Wait! There's more. And
Oy, ano pa?
Outside Reporter.
Oh, yung
Yes.
Love na love
dito
ko
sa
yan
ano ko
ng
teleprompter ko to.
Hi po! Happy Women's Month sa lahat ng
Yes,
mga kababaihan out
HWM.
there.
Yes.
Kasama na dun, syempre, those who identify as women. Maganda.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mhm.
We respect that and we accept that. Yun ang pinaka-importante.
We love
Actually,
them.
yes, heart tayo dyan. Anyway, for the Baet Boys kasi, CJ, you are an epitome of women's empowerment. Or women empowerment. So,
Really ba?
we're gonna ask you some, napakahalata naman, superwoman
Siyempre, nasa pangalan ko yan eh. Hero eh.
Yun na, superhero
Only
Mamaya
only
discuss
I
natin yan.
can say, di ba? Only I can say, I'm a hero by blood. Ako lang makakapagsabi.
Ang ganda na. Anyway, we're gonna ask you some how it started and how it's going. Di ba alam mo ba yung meme na yun? Yung how it started picture tapos how it's going na picture. Na, so, how it started. So, you've been known in your career as a voice ng boses di ba? Boses is like you're in comms. So, from being a courtside reporter, a writer, and even a host or even the news anchor. So, kaya nga, di ba sabi mo?
Kaya nga superhero.
So, was this really a
Superhero.
dream of yours or can you share us your journey going where you are right now?
Sa akin, sobrang haba eh. Well, sa mga
yun na yan.
nakikinig sa atin, may
We have
mga
time, we have
tayo
time.
dito, may mga revelations tayo dito. You'll be surprised, but it's something that I've talked about before. For me kasi, it all started at home. At home yan. Kasi we were raised, kasi we're 8 in the family, 5 girls before the 3 boys. So,
Wow.
nauna po mga babae sa bahay. And so, I think consciously talaga, my parents made sure that we will turn out to be women na independent, ganon. Like, they would tell us, bata pa lang kami, they would tell us na, alam nyo, kung wala lang tayong prinsipyo, mayaman na mayaman tayo eh. Mga ganong bagay.
Yes,
Or,
yes.
like my mom would tell us, okay, we're poor, but you guys don't have to look poor. Mga ganoon. Tapos, yung
Bigat na
sasabihin,
as in,
yeah,
coming from
mga
a kid,
ganun yung
I mean,
tinuturo sa amin.
you were that young? I mean, can you share anong age ka ng time
Well,
yun yun?
Mga elementary, high school pa lang. You know how it is, like elementary kasi, mas bata ako by a year or 2 sa mga batchmates ko kasi maaga kami nag-start mag-aral. So ngayon, yung mga classmates ko, nag-start na mag-period, nagde-date na, mga ganon. But kami, ang naging focus namin in life, mag-achieve ng mag-achieve. Ganon. Kasi you have to be independent someday eh. Walang boy sa pamilya pa. So my dad really raised us na kailangan in the future you have to be independent. Na kahit maging single moms kayo in the future, kaya nyo itaguyod yung pamilya nyo. Ganoon, kailangan talaga strong kayo as individuals. And so, nung bata kami, ang naging focus namin, kasi mahirap kami talaga, ang naging focus namin, kailangan mag-aral mabuti kasi it's the only way we can get out of poverty. I remember pa nga, lumiwanag yung ano nangyari dito. I remember pa nga, may mumu kasi dito eh. No, but I remember pa nga, sabi ng mom ko, nung magka-college na ako, ang sabi niya sa akin, you will get a lot of indecent proposals. But dun niya sinabi sa akin, but remember, ang currency na ngayon ay, in any industry, ang currency is a good reputation. Dun niya sinabi sa akin yung kung may prinsipyo lang tayo, mayaman na mayaman. Ay, kung wala lang tayong prinsipyo, mayaman na tayo. So parang dun ko naisip na, so ibig sabihin, pwede ko tong gawin ng mas madali, but then, ano yung magiging return nun in the future? How would that one bad decision affect my whole life? Masasayang lahat ng pinagpaguran ko. Sayang lahat ng pagre-review, sayang lahat ng mga extracurricular activities na sinalihan, pati bangus deboning sinalihan ko, pati gift wrapping competition, sinalihan ko yan. Just so I will learn many things. Parang ganoon. Lumaki kami na ganoon. So sa akin, it's always been what's new to learn out there. And then, kailangan maging matapang ka. And this I will say I will confidently say this, I have never spread my legs for any job. Yon. So parang sabi ko, this break, itong TV projects that I have now, yung breaks na ito may have come kind of late in my life, but I know I got here because I worked hard for it. Wala akong kakilala, wala akong connection, wala akong sinabing, uy, kapatid ako ni ganyan, anak ko ni ganyan, kilala ko si ganyan. I never used any connection to get to where I am now. So I can just fully celebrate, I can just fully embrace yung achievement that I have now. Kasi I never had to do any of that just to get to where I am. Yun, dun ngayon ko na-realize yung tama yung pagpapalaki. I'm not saying nagyayabang pero tumatak kasi sa akin lahat talaga ng sinasabi sa amin. So, when you ask me saan siya nag-start, sa bahay talaga, sa pagpapalaki talaga.
So, technically, si Mami ang hero, no?
Mom and dad.
Mom and dad, of course.
Parents.
Women's month kasi ngayon, kaya medyo finokus ko kay Mami.
Pero ang ganda nung
ayun,
sinabi.
So, dun siya nag-start sa bahay. Oh, and not just that, no? It was kind of sensitive na. You'll be surprised. Okay, I'm one of those who survived sexual abuses, which started when I was really young. So growing up, I never really wanted to be the prettiest in the room. Yun yung goal ko in life. Sabi ko nga, I would never keep dating someone who introduces me to his friends or like talks about me sa mga kaibigan niya or sa pamilya niya and would say, maganda siya first. Kailangan sabihin niya muna yung mga achievements, gano'n. Kasi I never wanted to be the prettiest. I wanted to be the smartest. Gusto ko ma-define ako on something na pinagtrabahuhan ko, not something that I was given. So growing up, kasi the abuse started when I was young and this is from different people ito. So, bata ako, sinumpa ko yung itsura ko, sinumpa ko yung katawan ko, and it's only recently that I started embracing na, look, this was given to you. You've achieved so much in life already. Embrace that this was given to you. Parang gano'n. Ngayon ko lang siya ginamit as an additional tool to get to where I am. But before, it was really just, kailangan matalino ka, and it should be the first thing that people notice about you when they see you. That's my goal in life. Bata pa ako, yun na yung goal ko in life. Kaya, again, sa bahay talaga nag-start. Even yung the way ng pag-isip, ganun. Sa bahay talaga nag-start sa akin. Yun.
Yes.
Eh,
Very,
ano yan?
very...
Hiramin ko yan kasi I have a 2-year-old daughter. So,
Yes.
hiramin ko yan. Siguro siguro mga 3 years old naman. Hintayin ko mag 3 years old siya. Sisimulan ko na.
Oh. Hindi,
Yeah.
sa akin kasi when I was young, and it's surprising kasi when it happened to me, the first time that I remember, because I kind of feel like it's been happening since I was young eh. So, feeling ko na-block na lang ng brain ko. But it has been happening and I never told anyone about it because my mission back then was to protect my younger siblings. Na parang I don't want them to think or I don't want them to grow up in an environment knowing na there's a monster
There's
among us.
predator.
Parang ganon, oo. So I protected them. Parang yun yung naging role ko growing up. And then it was only, I think, like in the past 5 years that I started, really talking about it. Kasi nagulat ako na nag-start to yung pumunta ako sa orphanage. And there's this girl, 9-year-old girl, na kalbo. Kalbo siya. So sabi ko sa kanya, oh, ang ganda naman ng hair mo. Ba't ganyan yung hair mo? Who did that? Sabi niya, siya daw. 9 years old, Apparently, nakatira siya before, homeless. Nakatira sa daan. And then, before siya mapunta sa orphanage, silang dalawa ng kapatid niyang lalaki na mas bata. Nakatira sa daan. And then, every time na yung mga binabinata sa daan would pick on the brother, bubugbugin, aasarin, ganyan. Pagtatanggol niya, syempre, ate siya. But every time she would do that, she would get sexually abused. So sabi niya, oo, this is the reality eh. Sabi niya, magmumukhang lalaki na ako. She shaved her head. Imagine that, mas bata siya kasi I met her, she was 9 years old. So, ibig sabihin, she was much younger and ganun siya mag-isip. Na yung age na yun, let's just say 7 years old siya. At 7 years old, most girls would think, I want to be a princess. I want my hair long. I want a nice dress. But this girl shaved off her head, shaved off her hair, so she would look like a guy or a boy, so she can protect the brother. At like 7, let's just say 7 years old, ganun siya mag-isip. So yung moment na yun, naisip ko, wait, this is happening to more young girls than I thought. It's not just me, hindi ako lang yung naka-experience nun. So sabi ko, that's when I realized I have to speak up. I have to be the voice of that. I have to maybe help yung law enforcers natin, yung mga police natin, yung mga people in authority, sa schools, sa ganyan, sa community. For them to learn to recognize the signs. Kaya before, I worked with World Vision, tsaka yung campaign nila to end sexual exploitation of children online. Kasi sabi ko, I never had that eh. Wala akong ganung icon growing up na may magsasabi sa akin, look, hindi ka mag-isa dito. Let me know how I can help. Walang ganun sa akin eh. Kaya takot ako magsalita. So, since that moment, sabi ko, I have to be to this girl the hero I never had growing up. So, sabi ko, no, I have to really talk about this. So, dun ako nagkaroon ng courage, yung little girl na yun. She gave me the courage to speak up, talk about it, and, maybe my words would reach yung mga batang, not just the kids, but also yung mga adults na, look, this is happening, and this is what you can do. Parang gano'n. So, ang sa akin lang, the goal really was to be the hero I never had. growing up. Parang ganun.
Love that. Yeah. Yeah. And this
Yeah.
doesn't limit to just girls. It happens to
Yeah.
everyone. I mean, like
Yes.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Isipin
Yep.
mo, that young, you stole that little girl's childhood. Like,
Mm-hmm.
naisip niya na yun. It's just
It's
sad.
just different, diba? It's the different side of the coin, diba?
Yeah,
Sobrang
it's
bigat.
so weird. Because one of my experiences, we were on our way to Manila. Kasi before, Pampanga to Manila, parang mga 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah. Wala pa namang
Naka-minibus, di ba?
expressways
Ganon.
na,
Wala pang expressway.
Oh.
So, dahil ako yung mas matanda, pangalawa ako sa
Okay.
magkakapatid. So, ikaw yung medyo may edad na, ganyan, kahit mga 6, 7 years old, I think I was at the time. Sumakay kami ng bus. Siyempre, your mom would be with the younger one. Yung kapag medyo malaki ka na, pwede ka na sa ibang seat na available. I was there, so I was seated beside this guy na, I think nasa mga mid to late 20s, gano'n, to early 30s. So I fell asleep. When I woke up, he was touching me. It's that common. Imagine that, sumakay lang ako ng bus, I woke up, and he was touching me already, and I was 7 years old. I didn't know what was happening. So it happens much more often than we know. It's more common than we know. We just have to really see the signs and maybe open the conversation about that.
Agree. Kasi palagi ko before, it was really parang nagiging sensitive topic
May
siya
stigma.
dahil...
Oo.
yeah, the
Yeah,
stigma.
yeah.
The stigma was there. Sorry, that's the right... Like, that's the best term to... Kasi sometimes, actually, probably most of the time, I don't have the
More
exact
often.
term for it. It happens like inside the family. Alam mo yun?
Inside
Like,
the family, yeah.
which was syempre yung sasabihin ng iba, like they will just dismiss it, ano mo lang yan, so ano lang yan, alam mo yun, which is still not valid. That's why kailangan talaga i-voice out dahil ang importante naman doon is hindi yung action it's about doon sa naging feeling ng victim
And you know what's interesting? Sa lahat ng crime that you can do to a person, murder, pag nakawan mo, it's only sexual abuse where the victim is the one being blamed.
Oh yeah.
Walang kahit pag nanakawan ka, hindi ka tatawaging, oh, biktima yan, ay, yan yung nanakawan.
Iwanan mo kasi bukas yung pintuan mo.
Oo, hindi. Pero kapag na-rape ka, dadalhin mo yan hanggang tumanda ka, ay, siya yung na-rape. Oh, hindi na virgin yun kasi na-rape.
Yeah.
But walang ibang
Totoo
crime na sinisisi ang victim maliban sa sexual abuse.
Saka yung kasi syempre medyo patriarchal kasi society natin, 'di ba? I mean, medyo may pagka macho So kapag so kapag kunyari yun nga, may mga ganong cases sasabihin, ang ikli mo kasi magdamit o kaya ikaw kasi.
Yeah.
Nagagalit na ako, pre. Nagagalit na ako.
Nakikita ko yan. Lagi yan.
Kaya ako nagagalit dyan. Kasi ang laging defense ko dyan, well, I definitely did not want it to happen to me when I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
My shorts was definitely not that short. Diba? I definitely did not look like I wanted that, but it happened to me. So, it happened to me, it can happen to other women, especially those na hubog na, di ba? Hubog na yung katawan nila. And may interaction na sila.
I think our society needs more superhero like you, di ba?
Yeah.
So, kumbaga yung mga battle scars kasi, yan yung mga magsaserve as inspiration to the youth, to everyone.
But it was, parang, I was ashamed of that before for a very long time kasi it also affected my relationships, ganyan. They would expect of me to be like other girls, but I'm not. Mga ganon. So, matagal, until now, I'm still processing it. Yung scars. I still cannot sleep on a bed. For many years, I slept, for like 4 years, I think, I slept in the closet.
Oh my God.
I would lock myself inside the closet. Kasi, yeah, it's the only place that I feel safe sleeping in. And then, nagtataka sila, laging magulo kwarto ko. And then it's only like 6 years ago that I realized it's not because magulo ako sa kwarto. So parang yung subconscious ko gusto nang may kalat. So if anyone comes in, kung may papasok sa kwarto ko, matamaan niya yung mga nakakalat, I would wake up.
Yeah,
May ganun pala.
Yeah.
So, hindi ako
may
makalat sa
trigger,
bahay.
may triggers on ano. I mean,
Yeah, it
by the
will
way,
affect you forever.
I think trigger warning din yung mga pinag-usapan natin, which is actually,
I know.
baka pwedeng, of course, there are agencies, like LGUs have this, kasi recently, I recently got married, by the way. And,
Congrats.
thank you. And actually, di ba may seminar sila before you get, that marriage certificate or marriage license to get
Mhm.
married. So, nakakuwentuhan ko yung parang
Counselor.
PSWD officer, parang gano'n. And may mga tanggapan daw sila for those cases. Actually, sobrang disturbing pa nga nung mga kwento niya sa akin. Like,
Super.
4-year-old girl,
Yeah.
that young, na-abuse.
Mhm.
And actually later may mga tanong pa nga kami sa'yo about dun sa, baka may
Mhm.
mga pwede kang action points that we can talk about that. Pero
Mhm.
are there any, uh, how, kasi right now, you basically, parang na-break mo yung wall of that, kasi, di ba parang, I can't, gagalit kasi ako, nagiging emotional ako sa kanila.
Nakagalit
Victim
talaga
blaming
siya.
eh.
And it's
Nakagalit talaga.
nagagalit ka.
As in, tuwing inuwan tapos na pag-uusapan namin yan, as in, galit ako sa PNP dahil sa ganyan ano na yan.
Yeah, madami
Yeah,
yan.
yeah.
Ang haba niyan.
Marami yan.
Anyway, ang sinasabi ko was, now you were once a victim, and I'm very glad. And, sobrang nakakatuwa na nakakilala ko ng someone who uses themselves
Really
as the
empowers.
voice for others. Are there any, parang advice kung sinong pwedeng lapitan? I mean, this show alone should remind them that they're not alone, by the way. So they have us, by the way. By the way, even Riddle on Facebook, you can just message me if you want someone to talk to. Edville, I don't know, JL and CJ here.
I do that.
So yeah, yun pala. So pwede bang, may mabibigay ka bang advice or any...
Well, yung sa akin kasi, I think the advice should go to the people in authority first. And
Correct.
when I say people in authority, it's the parents, it's the community, the church, the schools, and then yung mga police. Kasi ang unang-unang circle, yung pinaka-close na circle ng mga bata ay yung family nila.
Yeah,
correct.
Next to that would be either the school or the church. Ang sa akin kasi siguro first that we have to change is the narrative na if you're not a virgin anymore, you're malandi, you're bad, you're
totally agree.
Yeah, 'di ba? Hindi ka na worthy ng true love. I think yun first ang kailangan nating ayusin, and then maybe have a more open conversation about sex sa mga schools natin, and
Totally
not
agree.
for them to be promiscuous in the future, but it's for them to understand what it's for, what is sex. Kasi yung iba hindi nila alam that when you insert the finger, it's abuse. Diba? When you're just touching, some kids, they don't understand that. But we need to be open and, just embrace that conversation, because we don't want to leave our kids na clueless sila pagdating dun sa usapin na yon. Kasi like me, I was growing up thinking I'm a bad person for feeling something weird. And I never understood what that was. Kasi parang inisip ko, wait, ba't ako may weird na nararamdaman? And is it normal? And then everyone would say, kapag kinilig ka ng ganito, you're a bad person. But I never did that to myself, di ba? I never tried to do anything to excite myself. It was triggered by someone else at such a young age. So, for me, umpisa natin yung conversation na yon sa family pa lang, and then sa community, and sa mga schools and churches natin. Let's not be anymore na ang babata pa nila. No, we are raising a generation na clueless about that, and they will hindi natin mapipigilan yan. 'Di ba? May urges tayo, and people will act on that the moment they see an opportunity to act on that. But we have to teach them how to recognize yung legitimate ang tawag dito, legitimate na event dun sa event na wait
Ako lang ba or parang disconnect si CJ?
Si CJ yata. Ako din eh. Sige,
Diyan pa,
antay
Bel.
tayo. Nandiyan si Edbel.
Nandito ako.
And then,
Ayun.
kasi kailangan
Or
i-open
CJ,
mo. Like sa amin.
medyo
Open
parang
yung
na-disconnect ka
conversation
dun for a few seconds. You
Mhm.
were
Sorry,
saying,
nag-change
sorry.
ako. Yun,
Yeah.
so ang sinasabi ko is, we have to start that conversation with our
Yeah.
kids. Kasi,
Mhm.
or like the kids that we interact with. Kasi, paano sila mag-open ng conversation na ganun if ikaw mismo na parent, hindi mo ino-open yung ganong conversation.
Correct.
Di ba? How would you expect the kid to do that? Na, Mami, feeling ko hindi na ako virgin. 7 years old.
Yeah.
Di
Diba?
ba?
Hindi mo yun naiintindihan.
Baka hindi pa nila alam yung the word virgin at all, di ba?
Yes.
Yep,
At saka may
it's
isa nga
really-
akong... May, sorry,
Actually,
one last thing. May isa ako
Sige,
nabasa nga na importante that we have those conversations with our kids. Kasi like we call the vagina a vagina. Di ba?
Mhm.
Kasi if we have like pet names for it or like mga
Yeah.
sabihin mong cookie or
Yeah,
whatever.
the common,
Di ba pag sinabi niya yun sa iba na, for example, my neighbor touched my cookie. Yung sinabihan niya would
Yep.
never understand what that is. Di ba?
Yeah.
Sabihin pa niya na, talaga, well, that's nice that you're sharing. Edi, nasira lalo yung bata. Di ba? So,
Correct.
let's have an adult, like a mature, not adult, a mature conversation with our kids
Correct.
about these things.
Totally
Kasi hindi
agree.
lahat would turn out like me na,
Tama yung,
di ba, for some, sinabuhay.
yung openness talaga, saka yung yun nga syempre, I'm a new parent, so medyo seek advice from yung mga, sabi nating experts na. So what they say is, lalo na babae yung
Yes.
yung daughter ko nga. So ang advice nga niya, siguro hindi pa ngayon kasi hindi pa masyado siya nakagras. 2 years old pa lang. Pero siguro mga 3 or 4, slowly. Actually ngayon din nga pala, yung wife ko, ginagawa niya, kunyari, magbibihis, di ba? Cover, ganyan. Tapos, ina-advisean din niya ako na pag magbibihis ako, kahit na bata pa, wag ako magbibihis sa harap ng baby ko. Kasi, ang dating nun, parang normal lang na may naghuhubad na. So, yung ganong malilit na bagay, not, of course, hindi bigsakan na baka ma-shock naman, ma-overwhelm, but gradually, continuous yung learning or continuous yung introduction that these things are normal, but you have to be open with your circle, as you've said earlier nga. I mean, it's very interesting, and I think I will borrow those words and also those lalo yung wisdom na shinare sa'yo ng parents mo. I will borrow those para sa while I gear or I prepare my kid as she grows up. Yun lang.
Good parenting, by the way. Galing.
Maganda yan, Edbel. No, I think for me, it's just that you have to keep the line of communication open for your kids. Na hindi sila maiilang na kausapin ka. And it's the same for the community. For any other mga topics, you have to be open to talk to them about it. Kasi wala silang ibang hihingan ng advice. Maliban doon sa mga tao that they trust. But if you judge them right away, may wall ka agad, they will never talk to you.
Agree.
Yep. Actually, I recently attended a WE seminar. We meaning women's empowerment. So they really stressed about yung importance of education. It really starts with education, diba? To the point of being creative, sabi ni Ed, yan, yung mga gagawin mo na wag magbibihis sa harap ng kids, ganyan. Being persistent with it. And of course, explaining the power of curiosity for those cases. So,
yes.
Diba? Pero times are changing din. Women are so empowered these times, diba? As we know, parang let's say 43% ng population in the Philippines or ng women here in the Philippines are senior executives. Diba?
Wow.
And out of the 32 companies that studies this concept, sa Pilipinas yung number 1 na ganun.
Wow, that's
so, diba?
nice,
So times are really changing, diba?
You know, ang sinasabi ko before, kaya mahalaga that when you are a woman and you get to this position of power, you have to do it right. Kasi imagine, lagi nilang sinasabi, ito example na lang na ano to ha, top of my head. Halimbawa sinasabi nila, oh, yung mga babae, bad drivers. Diba?
May kilala ko isa sikat. Sabi, hindi daw pwede sa kanyang yung upuan na yun eh.
So ikaw, babae ka, not every woman knows how to drive, diba? But if you are a woman driver, be a good one. Be a responsible driver because imagine or be reminded that in other countries, women are not even allowed to drive.
Yeah.
So, parang ganun yung sa akin. If you get to a position of power, you do it right. You do it right so that you change other people's perspective of what a woman can do. So, yun yung sa akin palagi. Na imagine if you can just change one man's perspective of a woman, and then that man would have daughters someday. Ang generation, yung mababago mo ng perspective about women. Diba? And hindi mangyayari naman yun. For example, sa Saudi, dati bawal ang mga babae mag-drive, but their prince now is considering allowing women to drive. They can drive na nga sometimes, diba? Because he saw somewhere or in one person na, you know, this is something that women can do and this is something that women should be doing. So we just have to change one person's perspective of or view of a woman. So if ikaw yung babae, do it right. But if you do it na spreading your legs, it's not a good example, diba?
I know someone na sana may ganyang mindset na
I know a lot of women.
Very recent na statement niya na hindi daw pwede yung so sa 2022 daw, wag na daw tumakbo.
Actually, hindi lang sa pagdadrive eh. Hindi lang sa pagdadrive eh. Gearing towards technology naman, di ba? Ayan, si Edwin, si Iman, medyo familiar sila sa technology. So yung AI medyo umaangat siya or artificial
even
intelligence
1969, bro. The people who are behind dun sa mga taong nag-launch nung space shuttle to the moon are women coders. And until now we honor them like crazy. I'm telling you, they have this like thick sheets of paper back then. Back then kasi yun yung way of coding programs eh. Imagine that. And ngayon magrereklamo ko in 2 lines of code.
Hindi lang yun. So imagine, 'di ba?
Women up.
'Di ba? Imagine yun sa AI.
Women up, man.
Sa AI yung empathy ng parang yung empathy ng women ang mas kailangan doon, hindi lalaki. Paano kung puro AI na yung mga bagay in the future, 'di ba? Men would create it in a way that how machismo nga, ika nga pinag-uusapan natin. Pero if we have those empathy of a women sa AI, 'di ba? Baka it would be a different thing. Would you agree?
I agree. Imagine kung ano na yung na-achieve ng mga babae before na hindi pa nga sila fully allowed to
mag-aral, di ba?
Pursue yung mga goals nila in life. Imagine if we allowed more women before pa, di ba? Imagine what we would have achieved ngayon. Baka nagkatotoo na yung sa what's this movie? Yung Back to the Future. Baka ganun talaga yung future natin. Kaso pinigilan natin because we didn't allow women before, di ba?
Correct. Grabe. By the way, do you have a hero that you look up to? Like a women hero that you look up to?
It's hard to choose just one. But I do like sa akin kasi talaga when you say woman, womanhood eh. Womankind eh. You know, it's those women na nag-pioneer sa mga sa mga field nila na parang bawal ka mag-aral. Hindi, mag-aaral ako. Bawal ka mag-drive. Hindi, magda-drive ako. Ganun. And kasi ganun yung naging mindset ko eh. Kapag may nagsabi sa'yo, you can't be like this, I will prove them wrong. For example, the first and only national pageant that I that I joined and won, yung Miss Global in 2016, everyone was telling me, you cannot compete with a hair like that. Panlalaki buhok ko. Nung
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
naghahabol
had the
yeah,
ako.
short
yeah.
hair. You had the short hair.
Panlalaki.
Di ba napaka-stereo?
Oo. And everyone was telling me, ano ka. Actually, that started yung parang, you know what? I want to rock the boat. Nag-start yun in 2014. There's a funny interview that happened there. I tried joining Binibining Pilipinas in 2014. Okay. That was my first ever attempt joining a pageant.
What?
And
Mas Binibining Pilipinas ka agad?
No, I tried.
Okay,
so I auditioned, or I nag-sign up ako. But I did not know anything. I did not know anyone. So imagine I was in UP kasi. So punta ko sa Araneta, nagbihis ako. I think earlier that day pa, dun pa lang ako nagpa-photo shoot, ganon. And then I got it, and then went to Araneta, submitted my application form. And then, as soon as that finished, nagpambahay na ako. Kasi may dala pa akong napakalaking bag. Kasi raketera, taga UP. Nagpambahay na kasi magko-commute ako, mag-MRT ako. Pagbaba ko sa lobby, ang laki pala talaga ng pageant industry. Nandun lahat ng media. And kasabayan ko, mga talagang bihis, na-train, lahat sila. Ganon talaga. And ako short hair, nakapambahay, may bag na malaki. And everyone was like, who's that girl? Diba? So in interview, ganyan. And then, nakapasok ako up until the final cut na 40 na lang. Doon ako nalaglag dun sa final cut. But I remember kasi one question or one girl from the media kasi, babae pa to, which is this kind of disappointing. Ang sabi niya sa akin, naka-braces pa ako noon eh. Ang sabi niya sa akin, do you think your pageant material? Sabi niya sa akin. Yeah.
Babae pa yung nagtanong.
Do you think your pageant material, or like, do you think your pageant material, and do you think the Philippines is ready for someone like you? Kasi short hair, tapos naka-braces pa ako, although white yung braces ko noon. And hindi ako yung sobrang fit na fit. Kasi hindi naman ako talaga nag-workout noon. And then I remember I told her, look, sabi ko sa kanya, the Philippines has long been ready for a woman icon. Sabi ko sa kanya. Kasi, no. The Philippines has long been ready for a short-haired woman icon. Kasi sabi ko, you have Cory Aquino. Yeah. You have GMA. You have Pia Cayetano. You have Miriam Defensor Santiago. They all had short hair that time. So sabi ko sa kanya, I think the more important question you should be asking now is if the Philippines is ready for a short-haired beauty queen. Not that, it's Philippines ready for good.
Philippines ready for
play.
Word.
So what's your problem? Di ba? Parang, anong issue mo? Doon ako, I think, talaglag. Kasi sumasagot ako.
Siya pala yung chairman nung committee.
Yung taga-media, I don't even remember who she is eh. Tapos, ang funny doon, I think it was a year after that, nagkaroon na ng Miss Jamaica in Miss Universe na panlalaki ang buhok.
Yeah.
Tapos hindi ayaw mo akong papasukin, and then everyone was cheering her on na parang wow, tapang. So, kalbo pa nga yata siya, like super short hair. So parang after that, biglang naalala nila, oh wait, merong nag-try sumali na short hair, but we never gave her a chance. Parang doon nag-start yung conversation. So in 2016, 2 years later, sabi ko, I'm bored in life. I want to try something new. And so I embraced that. So sabi nila, ginagaya si Miss, is this, parang an attempt to be like Miss Jamaica? Sabi ko, I did it
Oo.
first.
Yeah, I did
I did
first.
it first.
Oo nga,
Ayun.
oo nga, tama.
So mahirap for me to think of a woman icon lang. Sa akin, it has to be every woman who tries to defy yung limits na binibigay ng society sa kanila. I like Micaela Fudolig, 'di ba? Yung sa UP na sobrang bata but
Mm.
valedictorian. Now she's teaching in UP. I like also si what's her name? Si Doc for Dead, yung nag-iisang forensic scientist natin.
Yeah. Yung nag-ano kay
Oo, si
Dasera
Fortune?
Rachel,
Yung
Rachel
Fortune.
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 Yeah, Rachel
And she's
Fortune.
been for years.
Ah.
She's the only forensic doctor sa PGH.
Oo, di ba? So,
I think Visconti pa yun, di
these
ba?
are women I
Visconti
love.
pa? Ganun ba? Ganun.
Ano pa
I
ni
think so, I
Visconti?
think so.
Talaga?
So lang yung nag-stick
Hindi,
talaga
parang,
na parang, man,
Ako isa sa
diba?
mga you mentioned yung mga women na yun. Ako isa sa kasi I really like powerlifting recently. Si Heidelin Diaz. The powerlifter, like, oh my God, parang
And
pag nakita mo siya,
everyone thought she was lesbian. May
Diba?
boyfriend pala.
diba?
Diba?
Diba? Sana all may jowa, di ba? Yung mga ganun.
Yeah.
Hirit mo.
Oh, and one more. I feel bad for forgetting about her, Commander Liwayway. Commander Liwayway ay commander sa Hukbalahap nung panahon ng mga Japanese. She was a commander
oo.
and kilala siya
Basta.
for being a commander that every time she goes to war, naka-red lipstick.
Yun.
Kasi ang sabi niya, I'm not just fighting for freedom, I'm also fighting for women's freedom to be. 'Di ba? Na parang yung mga subordinates niya or basta kahit sinong kalalakihan na ititis siya about wearing lipstick, bakit ba?
Gun battle yun, di ba?
Right.
Naka-lipstick.
Oo. Kung gusto ko naka-high heels ako na pupunta sa gera and I can do it right, I bet you can't even walk from here to like 100 meters in high heels. But man, I do it in high heels. Parang gano'n ang attitude niya, diba? So, yung mga ganong klaseng babae ang talagang, man, you're in my tribe. Gano'n. So, mahirap pumili ng isa lang But if I have to, it's gonna be Commander Liwayway.
Marami.
Ganda actually si Commander.
Diba?
Yeah, hindi siya madalas na highlight sa sa mga history books.
Hindi siya na And
madalas si Gabriel silang lang
Oo, pero hindi nagli-lipstick si Gabriel.
Oo.
But ito yung mga kababaihan na some women, they only think about love, they only think about walang pumapansin sa akin or masakit ng dysmenorrhea ko, but there are women out there who experience more pain kasi they cannot be who they want to be. They have to fight a bigger battle for the rest of women, 'di ba? Yung next generation of women. Yun yung mga talagang saludo ako sa iyo pagdating sa mga kababaihan. Those who paved the way for the next generation.
For CJ, do you think that given that Philippines is, I think, the top, if not top 3 na social media users talaga,
Yeah.
'di ba? So, sa tingin mo ba yung social media platforms right now, maybe Facebook, Twitter, or whatnot, played a big role in terms of empowering women? I mean, at least for the last 10 years, did it play I mean, of course, in terms of yung spread nga yung reputation, and also they get opened up with globalization in a sense na sa ibang bansa ganito rin pala yung mga I mean, they're to some degree of course 20 years ago to 20 years ago here in the Philippines versus 20 years ago sa ibang bansa, medyo sabihin natin mas open
relatively,
sila. Oo, kasi tayo no offense to our lolas, pero medyo tayo na-set tayo na to a certain stereotype na dapat ganito ka gumalaw, di ba? So, sa
Babae
tingin
ka
mo
pa naman.
Babae ka pa naman.
Yung mga hirit na yan.
Babae ka pa naman.
Babae ka pa naman.
Or kababae
Nagmo-motor
mong tao.
Correct.
Oo.
Yan.
So, yun nga. So, sa tingin mo yung technology, in a sense, yung social media platform, nag-open up yung malaki bang bagay siya sa tingin mo in terms of the empowerment of course, mas marami na ngayon talaga compared to some years ago. Hindi man na sobrang tanda ko na, hindi ako gano'n. Pero sabi ko lang
I think
na
magka-generation naman tayo. Magka-generation tayo.
Sabihin na natin panahon ni
okay.
wala pang internet ni isang bansa sa mundo.
Uy, naabutan ko ang dial-up.
Oo, naman.
Sa akin, has social media helped? I think so to some degree. It has helped a lot of entrepreneurs na babae na magkaroon sila ng platform, 'di ba? Na maging boss sila, na magtayo sila ng business nila and launch a career somewhere. But at the same time, now I find it a good thing that now we are opening discussions on how we have been objectifying women. Kasi now, people are more confident posting pictures of themselves online, ganyan.
Yeah.
And you open yourself up to criticism.
Mhm.
And it's really up to you how you're gonna handle that. Kasi ako, I've never been comfortable posting mga bikini pictures, ganyan. And every time, I think sa Facebook or sa Instagram ko, I only have like 3 pictures of me in a swimsuit, ganyan, or one piece pa nga yata yung sa akin. While it has opened a lot of doors for women, yung empowerment ng women, it's also opened so many doors. Not that I'm looking down on them. It's just that I wish you use this to springboard yourself to something good. Parang gano'n. Not just, dito lang.
I got your point, yeah.
I totally agree.
Iba ginagamit nila for money. I mean, I know it. At the end of the day, we all want that. We all want money. We all have bills to pay and lifestyles to maintain. But at the end of the day, is it really your dream? Diba?
On point.
Diba? Is this a dream that you're fulfilling for yourself? Or is it a means to an end, which is earning money faster than other people?
I totally agree.
If it would help you to reach your goal, maybe kailangan mo lang talaga ng pera para makapag-aral ka or I don't know, magtayo ka ng business someday. But if it's gonna be a lifestyle, if it's gonna be the only thing that you're gonna be doing and you're not gonna use the money or whatever you get from it to, I don't know, maybe try to change things for yourself, then I'm gonna judge you. No.
No. I totally agree. Kasi we live in a society na nag-evolve in society that we have created a new currency, which is follows, likes, hearts, whatever. Na
the disadvantage of internet, diba?
Oo nalalasing tayo doon sa ganong concept. And and right now, all those platforms gives you monetization. And parang nalalasing sila sa idea na yun. We get the point na you're trying, trying to survive or you're trying, you're trying to earn money for your own goals. But besides that, yung mga that's something else.
May it be something that you do to empower yourself. Kasi for example, it's not naman that, you post sexy pictures of yourself per se. Kasi for example, let's just, one of the women I really admire, Maggie Wilson. She loves being on the beach, di ba? She knows she's pretty. She knows she's hot. But this is a woman also who inspires other women. To, parang it's not enough that you love yourself. You have to do something about it. Diba, parang pag nakikita mo siya, ay, anong business ang pwede kong gawin?
Correct, di ba? Like, yung journey niya sa Bali, di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Diba?
So for me,
maski ako
you
pina-follow ko
have to
siya kasi
balance
idol ko rin
it.
yung asawa niya eh.
Di ba?
Oo.
I know, kasi you end up with Maggie Wilson, ang ganda eh. But
Oo.
sa akin lang kasi, there's a fine line kasi that separates those who use it to empower themselves and empower others, and those who just do it for the sake of, because I need my sugar papa to give me money, because I don't want to work. Kasi I think that's it, no? For example, Heart and, si Heart kasi hindi naman siya masyadong sexy online. Okay, let's just stick to Maggie Wilson. Si Maggie Wilson kasi, may pinapursue siya na ibang bagay. And she posts it not to like get sugar papa, but this is my life. This is what I do. But when you do it because you're lazy to work, you don't want to put the work in for you to earn money, easy money yan for you, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge you.
siguro
sorry.
si Jay, it goes back to what you said earlier regarding dun sa driver, 'di ba? Yung babaeng driver. When you're put in that position, when you have all the power there, given that you have the access to everything when you post something on social media, you have technically unlimited reach. Pero again, you're in the power, you're in that position, you have to properly place yourself in a sense na ano ba sa gusto mong perceive sa'yo ng tao, ano ba yung gusto mo itingin sa babae, you have to build, you have not to, wag ka na mag-isip ng para lang na, okay, ito lang ako, okay. Tapos short term lang, hindi ganon.
Yes.
At saka yung gusto kong sundutan yung isang sinabi mo sorry, ano ba yung sinabi mo kanina? Nakalimutan ko tuloy. No, ang sa akin kasi, hindi ko gina-judge naman yung mga, sabihin na lang nating influencers. I don't judge them. Kasi sobrang hirap. Sobrang hirap na ginagawa nila. Ako nga, may mga nagpapadala sa akin, ang dami kong utang na post kasi hindi ko forte yung mag-take ng picture. Parang it's something na hindi kinakaya ng utak ko. But I have to do it kasi currency na rin siya. Some form of currency na rin siya. And these people are hardworking also. But there are those kind of women. So let's just stick to the conversation about women. There are those kind of women naman kasi na, I'm sorry, but medyo siguro na, dahil conservative din ako napalaki, no? Na they use it for something else kasi. Diba? See, the thing is, it's not just the likes and hindi lang yan ang currency natin. Balikan natin yung unang sinabi kanina, ang currency natin talaga, end of the day, ang pinaka-currency talaga sa kahit anong industriya is reputation. And someday, you will have to have that conversation with someone else. It could be your partner, it could be your daughter, it could be your future children. You will have to have that conversation with someone else. Is it gonna be a conversation that you'll feel good about having with whoever that person is? Yun yung sa akin. Is it something that you can honestly share sa iba? If it's not, then maybe you're doing it wrong. Or maybe you have the wrong intention.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it kasi naging creative ka, ang daming mga magagaling na creators ngayon. And they all started as mga mga influencers, di ba? No, I'm sorry, I don't want to say influencers lang. They all started as influencers na tinatawanan natin before, but now they have houses, they have and it's a good thing. And then they mentor other people. That's a good way of going about it, di ba? But if you can't have a conversation about it with someone, then you're not doing it for the right reason.